Hello everyone, welcome to 14 Shades of MBBS channel. Today we'll be discussing about the custom of the gallbladder. Okay, coming to the first thing, what is the we need to discuss is about the incidence. As this already said that the it was a rare malignancy and also incidence is 1% of all malignancy, and it was the sixth most common among the GM malignancy and also most predominant in elderly people, mostly in seventh decade, and also the female preponderance like ratio is 3 is to 1, and here the ratio is 3 is to 1. Here in the female is to male ratio is 3 is to 1. We have to note this, and also it is 2 to 6 times more common in the females than males. Yes, we got this. Coming to the next thing, coming to this one, it has a lot of ethnic and geographic variation. Okay, most seen in the Asian countries, and in India mostly seen in the Bihar, Patna. And also we should know the incidence is 10 to 1000 of the population, and it was common in also Asian countries like Pakistan, Korea, China, Japan and Bangladesh, and also incidence is more common among the native population of America and Mexico. And also we here our incidence is 10 to 22 1 lakh population, whereas in jail it was the 27.3 to the 3 is 1 lakh population. Coming to the what is the etiology of this, firstly there is no exact etiology about the carcinoma of the gallbladder. Association with there is a chronic inflammation, infection and also genetic environmental factors is there. Coming to this, mostly 90% here we had discussed about 85%, but 90% of the carcinoma is due to association with the gallstones, and also 3% is associated with gallstones with cholelithiasis. Coming to gallstones, is there is any change with the stone of the size? Yes, if the size is more than 3 centimeters, then it was the excuse me, if the size is greater than 3 centimeters, it is associated with the 10 times increase in the gallbladder, and also more symptomatic stone and also cholesterol stones. And also other thing is like 25% more chance of malignant transformation is by the processing gallbladder, which is the inflammation of the gallbladder, and also the gallbladder polyps also increase the risk. And also if they coming to the polyps, if the solitary polyp is greater than 10 millimeter size, there is increased chance of 20 to 25% of the gallbladder stones. And also polyps are multiple cells are rapidly going polyps if now following, and also polyps with the gallbladder caliculi, and also there is an elderly people of the more chance of getting this. Coming to the other risk factors like the any choledorectal cyst, and also any choledorectal cyst, any primary sclerosing cholangitis, and also carcinomas like nitrosamines. It was the more common thing, nitrosamines carcinomas, which was mentioned in our textbooks. And also like those who are having the and also chronic typhoid carriers, and also the carcinogens, inflammatory bowel disease, hepatitis C first. Okay, then coming to the pathology, most of the 90% is by the adenocarcinoma, whereas the other may be like a squamous carcinoma and all seen, and also the adenosquamous also metaplasia also may be seen. And other things is the how we'll discuss the gross appearance later. Now we'll discuss it's the spread. Firstly, it must be spread. It is only 25% it was localized. Only 25% it was localized to this organ. 25% it was localized, whereas the lymphatic spread is 35%. 35% is the lymphatic spread, and also 40% to the distant nodes. Okay, then we'll come back to this. Gross appearance, there is only three types: infiltrative, nodular, and papillary. Next thing, we'll discuss about the spread. Lymphatic spread is first node we have to learn about the lymph node of lungs, and also other lymph nodes like periportal lymph node and peripancreatic and perinodular lymph nodes. We already seen in this. Next thing, venous spread is directly to the blood spread is to the liver, lung, and also bones, and the liver most directly to the 4 and 5 compartments. And also the direct spread is most the serosal coverings of it, and so the direct spread of the 4 and 5, direct spread to the stomach, duodenum, colon, and also kidneys, and also peritoneum, and it also most spread to the biopsy surgical wounds also. Next, carcinoma of the gallbladder. What are the presenting features we'll be discussing here? Firstly, there is no specific features will be discussed. There are no specific features for the carcinoma of gallbladder. First thing, there may be pain in the right hypochondrium, and also which is on palpation it was hard, non-tender, and also similar symptoms which may confused with cholecystitis and stones, and if they are so advanced, there is an jaundice, weight loss, ascites, abdominal mass with bilateral complaints. And what are the investigations? First thing mainly is the ultrasound abdomen. It was the main thing that we need to helps in maintaining the diagnosis, and also skitty abdomen to know the operability, and also the PET scan helps in detecting the any distant metastasis to bone, and also laparoscopy helps us to maintaining the detection of the peritoneal metastasis, and FNAC helps us to know about the grading types, and also the liver function test to know about the obstructive pathology, and also CA19-9 is 19-9 is elevated in 80% of the cases. This is the classification. And coming to the Nevin staging of the gallbladder, first thing, stage 1 is intramural, second stage is spread muscularis propria, third is the spirosa, fourth is the cystic lymphatic node of lung, and the 5 is a direct spread to the adjacent structures like metastasis. Next thing, how can we treat this? How is the treatment of this is just the resection of the gallbladder carcinoma is the only route potential for this, but majority of the patient have advanced disease, so it will divide into 4 subgroups, and thus the treatment may be varies. If the patient with the gallbladder polyp, as polyp is a recent cause, that how much percent we already discussed, the polyp there is a no percent, but it is a major cause. So adenomatous polyp, if the single greater than 1 centimeter or multiple polyp with stones, elderly greater than 50 years with malignant potential, treated with the laparoscopic duodenectomy. Next thing is the gallbladder detected on the HPA after the cholecystectomy. So treatment depends upon the depth of the invasion, and also treatment depends upon the depth of the invasion and also surgical management. If the T1A lesion which invades the only lamina propria but not muscularis, cholecystectomy is enough, but cystic duct end margins are examined for invasion. If involved excision of the if the involved excision is recommended, and also if T1B lesions exchanges into the T1A, what we have discussed is tumor invading the lamina propria. and inverts the only lamina propria, not muscularis. So cystectomy is enough, and cystic duct margin should be examined. If the T1b represents invades the muscularis layer, so if there is a chance of lymphatic and perineural vascular lesions, invasion is high. So extended cholecystectomy is recommended. And for T2 lesions are different types like A, B. So T2 is perimural connective tissue and also peritoneal side without involving serosa, and T2B is the tumor involved in the perimuscular connective tissue on peritoneal side without involving the liver. So there is an extended cystectomy, cholecystectomy is needed. In extended, what you will do in the extended cholecystectomy is we'll include the removal of the local lymph nodes, hepatoduodenal, gastrohepatic and retroduodenal lymph nodes. Resection of 4 and 5 is done, and at least 2 centimeters of normal layer parenchyma from the gallbladder fossa is extruded. Also cystic duct is involved, should be exceeded with the ROX and L anosmosis. Portal size tracks will be excised to reduce the risk of this. And preoperative diagnosis for the T3. T3 is the tumor perforates the serosa like visceral peritoneum and also directly involves the liver and other adjacent organs such as the stomach, duodenum, colon, pancreas, omentum, extrahepatic bile ducts. So if there is no extrahepatic, no peritoneal spread, then we can go for the tumor resectable. If there is extended, then it should be treated with the right hepatectomy, and which is also surgical liver segments 4, 5, 8, but poor results are poor. Advanced gallbladder presentation, majority of cases presenting this stage, no surgical, only palliation is there. Coming to the palliation therapy, if there is was such an palliation is indicated, we already said that in advance with the presentation, majority of the cases no surgery is advised, like jaundice, pain, intestinal obstruction, as there is to extension intestinal obstruction. Jaundice is palliated by endoscopic biliary stenting. There is stunting, and also pain by the necrotics, and also injection of the at the celiac ganglion. And intestinal obstruction is due to by the invasion of the tumor is managed by the endoscopic shunting of the duodenum. Coming to the adjuvant therapy, adjuvant therapy is the neoadjuvant or the post-operative. We can give neither chemo or radiotherapy show the more survival. So chemotherapy is like gemcitabine in combination of platinum agents with poor results. This helps improves the survival range by months only. Prognosis is poor all over 5 years and less than 5%, and survival is 13 months. If the patient with the T1 disease, what we said, T1 is the tumor invades the lamina propria or muscular layer. There has a good progress, good for the 5-year survival rate is 85 to 100%. Coming to this, for T1 lesions we have done. Now T2 lesions, it is invading the perimuscular layer without involving the serosa. 5-year survival rate is 60% with extended cholecystectomy and also lymphadenectomy. And simple cholecystectomy is less because there is a decrease in chance of survival 25 to 40%. In T3 lesions, there is invading the perforating serosa, so involving the adjacent structures like the pancreas, stomach, duodenum, colon, omentum, and also the extrahepatic biliary duct. So chance of survival is less than 20%. Whereas a T4, it invades the portal vein. T4 tumor invades the main portal vein on the hepatic artery, which invades the extrahepatic organs and structures. So survival is 1 month. Recurrence recurrence occurs in the liver and also retropancreatic lymph nodes, and prognosis the poor. Death is due to biliary sepsis or liver failure. Thank you. I would like to thank my professors for helping me this in this PPT. I thank everyone for listening patiently. Thank you so much. And follow my podcast, 14 Shades of MBBS, either in Spotify or Google Podcasts. Thank you so much.